Hello, everybody. All right. So I was supposed to come back on last night, but I did not. I was really tired from some work that I did later on in the night. But today's been really good. I've been in bed most of the day. Um, I have a lot to do, but that's okay because I like my rest. And so I was sure to I got a lot of rest today. So it was really good. So while I was getting my rest, I was also looking at I tried to watch on Netflix. They have the Dark Crystal show. I remember that from when I was little, and I remember it being really scary to me. When I was smaller. But I turned that thing on today, and it was like a lullaby. I mean, it rocked me right to sleep. I saw maybe 15 minutes of it. And I slept through the whole season one. So I'll have to go back and look at it and see what's up with that. It looks interesting. It does. It looks really interesting. All right, so I have a few things that I want to talk about today. The first one is Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones. I've been seeing commentary about it on my Facebook, um, on YouTube. Of course, people have opinions about it, and most of them are negative, like really negative. People have taken all kinds of offense to Sticks and Stones. The title of it is Sticks and Stones. Okay, do you see that? Sticks and Stones. All right, I liked it. Okay, I liked it. I didn't take offense to anything. I would be included in at least one of the category of people that he was, talking about, that he had jokes about. You know, I thought it was funny. Okay. Now, one thing that I do know is that offense is always taken, never given. You don't have to be offended if you don't want to. And in I watched it twice, okay, because I wanted to be sure before I came on here that I heard everything, because I heard what other people were saying, but I watched it twice because I just wanted to be sure, okay. And I really, I can see now. I can see how if you're in some of those groups that you could take offense. It's very easy. It'll be very, very easy to do that. But I also see how it could be funny. Okay. And so let me say this: Dave Chappelle is not the only controversial comedian. Okay. He's not the first, and he damn sure won't be the last. All right. So I have a list right here of controversial comedians that we're all familiar with: Monique, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Chris Rock, Howard Stern, Bill Burr, and even Tig Notaro. Okay. I love Tig Notaro. If you go to Netflix and you type in Tig, her documentary, well, some years ago, this lady, her mother died. First, the first thing that happened is she got really sick with some, I forget what it was called, but it was something that she had. Okay. She got really, really sick. And C. diff. It was called C. diff. And in the documentary, you'll see. I mean, she gets really skinny. Like it was really, really serious. Okay, so she had C. diff, and then once she got a little better, when she was in the hospital, I think she was still in the hospital. Her mom called and said, "Hey, how are you doing? Just calling to see if you're okay." And like a week after that or something, her mother, when she was getting up from the couch, she fell, and like a week later, she was dead. Okay, so her mom died. Then, so she was sick. Her mom just died. She went to the doctor like 2 weeks later or something like that, and they told her she had cancer. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff just happened to this lady. She wanted to do her comedy because that's what she does. That's what she loves. She went to do her comedy. And what did she talk about? First thing that came out of her mouth: I have cancer. She talked about her mother being dead, her mother dying. The audience cracking up. The audience was laughing. Okay. This now I'm telling no. So this is what you call gallows humor, right? Gallows humor is something that people, when there's just a whole bunch of things that are just happening, you know, they use gallows humor. What the heck is going on with this thing? It says something about my connection. Okay, I'm a social worker. Okay, I used to work in a hospital. We use gallows humor all the time. I remember we had this one guy who came in. He had been living on the streets for so long, and he had sores on his body, and he had maggots living in his skin. We called him Maggot Man. Yeah, that's how we referred to him. It wasn't funny. I mean, the dude was, you know, but gallows humor is like a coping mechanism sometimes, you know. So when I hear the stuff that Dave talks about, and some of these other comedians too, I remember Richard Pryor, he made a joke about getting blown up when he was doing cocaine or some drug that he was doing, you know. First of all, these are comedians. That's their job, to take what's going on in the world and make it funny. Okay, so that people can laugh at it. Take offense. I mean, do that. Whatever. You know, you can do that, but this is what he gets paid for. Right? He's not, and then you have to look at the environment that he's in. It's not like he's at a business meeting or he's in a political whatever, you know, cracking jokes or something, you know. It's a comedy show. I mean, what the hell? What do you want him to do? The stuff he's talking about is stuff that's going on in the world. You know, y'all kill me with this stuff. I mean, for real though, seriously, you kill me with it. That this man, not just him, but other comedians, you know, are just like crucified because they're telling jokes about stuff that's actually happening in the world. I just don't get it, you know. I don't understand how in this setting, at a comedy show that you have paid to go see, at a comedy show, what do you expect to do? Laugh, right? You expect to laugh. And if you don't laugh, you're booing them off the stage. Okay? That's what the expectation is. I don't know why. I do know why. Let me say that. I do know, I can see how you can absolutely take offense if that's what you want to do. Plenty of opportunity to take offense. Okay? But I mean, that's absolutely not necessary. It's not. You can just laugh. And I pulled up something here about gallows humor, right? And this is interesting. So in 2017, they did a study in something called a cognitive processing. People who appreciate gallows humor, it's also called dark humor, may have higher IQs, show lower aggression, and resist negative feelings more effectively than people who turn their noses up at it. Okay? Now, dark humor, gallows humor, you know, saying offensive stuff for sensitive subjects is basically what it is. These are sensitive, serious things. You're making a joke out of it. Okay, that's gallows humor, right? When you do that, again, like I said, sometimes it's a coping mechanism, but sometimes it's just a way for people to get out what they really feel about stuff, you know? So many things happen because we feel like we say things that we have to say. We're trying to say stuff that we think people want to hear. And Dave said throughout, I know I'm not supposed to say this, or I know y'all gonna get mad, or I know that, but this is how I feel. Wouldn't you rather somebody say how they actually feel about something, or what they actually think about something? Wouldn't you rather that? I know I would. I would rather hear, this is how, okay, I know this may offend y'all, but let me tell you how my perspective on it. This is how I see it. This is what it looks like to me. You know? What's wrong with that? Why would you not want somebody to talk about how they actually see something? You know, or tell a story that helps explain how they actually feel about a certain thing. Why would you want to? That's what comedians do. Comedians are some of the most truth-telling people on this planet. And I think we love it. That's why we go see them. That's why we laugh, because we too scared to do what they do. We're too scared to tell the truth about the way we really feel about stuff, you know, because we're not supposed to. Because somebody gonna take offense if we say what we actually feel about something. Why would you discourage that? You know, y'all need to chill. That's all I gotta say. Um, so I've been looking at videos with Jay and Five Abe and King Jives and all those folks in San Antonio having a lot of fun. They look like they're having a lot of fun. And again, the same stuff is coming up, right? They're down there doing what they do. And so many videos that I've seen today are about, oh, they only got these many people, or they look like they in somebody's basement, or I mean, just saying negative stuff. Like, why? Seriously, why? And it's like these grown people on here just cannot be. You ain't got to be happy for somebody, but just let people do what they do. They're not hurt. Are they hurting anybody? Are they hurting you? I mean, who are they hurting by being together in San Antonio doing what they're doing? From what I see and hear, they're supporting businesses. You know, they're supporting businesses down there. They're, having speeches, talking about getting on YouTube. I heard a little bit of what 5A was saying about, she was a year ago, she never would have thought she would be where she is today. And that's what I was talking about yesterday when it comes to competing, how we don't have to compete or competing and comparing, right? If you look at yourself and what you're doing today, is it something different than what you were doing this time last year? And if you're doing more, that's good. That means you're growing, doesn't it? That means you're growing and you're doing good things. You're getting on a path to greatness. Why would you just sit back and like bring somebody down for that? I don't get that. That's crazy to me. Like, it really, really is. And I know that there's history. I know all that stuff. I know this. Hi, Robert. Oh, I have a learning and development business. That's what this channel is about. That's what all my sticky notes are about. I design courses and stuff. So that's what that's about. Thanks for asking. So I think the Labor Day stuff is good. I hope they have a wonderful time down there. Everybody learns about getting on YouTube and all these things that they're doing down there. I think it's wonderful. Okay. Yeah, I think that's really good. So, I mean, people are going to do what people do. I've only had this channel for a couple months and I'm learning. I am learning that people are going to do what they want to do, say what they want to say. And that's just like I'm doing. I'm saying what I want to say and doing what I want to do here. But, so I'm learning how the game goes, I guess you can say, right? All right. What else did I have in that title? So I think that's it. I wasn't going to be on here very long, but I just wanted to say those things because, I talked about Dave and I liked his Sticks and Stones. Wasn't offended by anything, even though I know some people are. And they went into great detail on exactly what they were offended by, which is of all the things. Do you know what's going on in the world today? Just today. And of all the things to be offended by, Sticks and Stones by Dave Chappelle. I did. I watched the Q&A after the show. I thought that was great too. I thought it was good of him to offer that to the audience, to get them to, to answer their questions. I thought it was great. And I have to admit, I like him generally. I loved the Chappelle show. And I feel like he's really grown as a comedian. I feel like, from earlier, I really do. I feel like he has. And Chris Rock too. Because I saw Chris Rock's special, what is it called? Tambourine. That's on Netflix too. And I really feel like he has, made great strides in what he's doing. He had a lot of honest stuff about himself, and his relationship with his wife and all this stuff, And so I feel like that they both have really grown a lot. They're two of my favorite comedians. But yeah, like I said, it was fine. It was fine to me. I didn't see any problem with it at all. But I can see how, if you're one of those groups you may see a problem with it, which is fine. But again, you have to take offense. Okay, nobody's putting that on you. You have to pick it up and take it yourself, and just say, okay, I'm going to be offended by this thing. And there were plenty of opportunities for you to be offended by sticks and stones. Okay, because he talked about a lot of groups. But I really did appreciate. I mean, I liked it. I probably watched it again. It wasn't that long either, so I'll probably watch it again because I wanted to be sure I caught everything in there. This one lady, I forget what her channel is, but I tell you the truth, every word that he said, she was analyzing. I'm telling you. Well, first of all, who got time for that? Like, really, who has time for that? But, I know, and you can tell just by the way he was talking that he knew all this stuff was going to happen. He knew it. I know, Chinese day. That was funny when he talked about doing that with his wife, right? And she didn't like it. But yeah, I like him though. He's good people. All right, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. What else did I say? I said San Antonio and learning. So we're almost done with the entrepreneur course that we're doing, and it's so good. I'm telling you, it's so good. My partner and it's so good. I can't wait till we're actually done. The person that we created it for, she absolutely loves it. She loves it, and I'm that makes me really happy, and proud of the work that we've done. But we're going to be sharing it as well. SJW, what is that? SJW, what is SJW, Robert? I'm not sure what that is. Um. Oh, are they? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm. I'm sure they are. But you know what? There was one part where he was talking about that made me a little nervous when he was talking about uh in order for, he was talking about how this country is ours too, talking about black people, right? Like it's our country too, and it's going to be up to us to fix what's wrong. And he was like, an election cycle is coming up, so you know what you got to do, go register for a gun or so, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going to come out of this stuff? But that was that was because I believe he said that before in one of his other ones, right? Or somebody said it, some comedian said it, that the only way the gun laws are going to change is if we go get registered, and start to get guns. Then they'll be like, okay, wait a minute now, we need to change something here, which is probably right, which is probably right. But yeah, so that was good. It was good. I really did like it again. So I'm actually going to go on because I have a lot of people on my Facebook who were not happy with that either. So I'm gonna have to go over to Facebook and do a video and be like, y'all need to chill. Like seriously. Y'all need to, you gotta chill, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. All right. I think that's all I want to talk about today. Because what I do, I put stuff in my title and I forget. I gotta write that down. I forget what I put in there. But yeah, so it was that. It was the Texas thing and all that. Okay, so I will come back tomorrow because there's other stuff that I want to talk about, but not right now because it's getting kind of late. So, okay, good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.